Hey, what's up? What's up? Joe in Vegas back with another review. Not a concert, not a restaurant, not a show. They're starting to have these little attractions pop up, these interactive, immersive, whatever you want to call them, all over Vegas. This is a review for the Museum of Illusions. I know, I'm an idiot. You don't have to put it in the comments. I'm well aware of it. Anyway, so there's a couple of these that just opened up recently. There's the Paradox Museum. There's the Museum of Illusion. There's the Museum of Illusions. There's a couple others. It started with Area 51 or 15. I always fuck that up in my head. Where these interactive, immersive, these Omega Marts and Van Gogh and all these things started popping up. They're good. They're good. You need a break as far as first of all, if you have a family, you need family things in Vegas. This is as family friendly as you're going to find in Vegas. And for the degenerates like me, you need a break. We needed a break last night. We were drinking at dinner. We were gambling. We went to a bar. We weren't going to a show. We were just kind of bouncing around. And we ended up at Cosmo. And I remembered that this place, and to find it is tricky. It's right in between Cosmo and Aria. There's like a bridge that connects the two on the second level. And then there's a sign that says Ross Department Store and Museum of Illusions. And there's two escalators. One goes to the museum and one goes down to Ross. So make sure you go down the right escalator. Otherwise, you're going to end up in Ross and you're going to get stuck there and you're going to end up spending $500 on shit you don't need. So it's a nice break, like I said. That's the best way to look at it. It's not cheap. None of these things are cheap. Especially if you got a family of 4 or 5. It's going to hit you pretty hard. I'll run through the ticket prices. If you buy online, you'll save $5. Adults are $40, kids are $33. If you're a Nevada resident like we are, it's $30, but still a lot. 2 people plus taxes, it came out to like $70, I think. Nevada resident child is $23. Military is $33. So they do have a family package. 2 adults and 2 children is $127. And then there's something called a flex ticket. I don't know what the heck that is. Anyway, so it's one of those things that, how do I explain it? You go at your own pace. This is really hard to explain. The visuals are really what it's all about. It's a selfie dream. It really is. It's a selfie dream. If you want some really cool, fun pictures that you'll have the rest of your life that you can share on your social media, this is the place. At the same time, it does keep you entertained. There is a huge area that you walk through. There's no tour guide or anything. You just start walking. And I think you just naturally gravitate towards the things that interest you. There's a lot of wall art that's like really trippy. They're like still pictures, and you just stare at them and they start moving. It's all that stuff that messes with your psyche and your mind and the elements of your mind. And, there's a lot of pictures that when you look at it, they look all crooked. But, when you read the sign, it says, actually look closer. These are straight lines. They're straight lines. There's a lot of that kind of stuff. There's a lot of perception stuff, a lot of perception pictures and rooms. So, you can stand here and the other person stands here, and one looks small and one looks big, and it's all set up really easy. By the next to each display or exhibit, there's a sign and it tells you exactly what to do, which I thought was pretty cool. I thought that was nice. I'm trying to think what else was there. A lot of just interactive things. To me, I think there were a couple things that stood far above everything else. From like a selfie standpoint, there's like a little table that you crawl in through the back wall, and then you pop your head in the middle, and it's all mirrors. I mean, this is like magician stuff. There's all mirror stuff. So you get this selfie of you or you and your friend where it's just your head sticking out. It looks like your head's sitting on a platter. A lot of like depth perception, like I said. I think the highlight for us, which was the wildest thing, and I grew up in LA going to Universal Studios. They used to have this part of the tram ride where you would go into a tunnel, and the road would stay straight, but the tunnel around you would start spinning. And it made your brain, the perception that you are going in circles upside down. When you're not, you're standing still. If you close your eyes, you don't feel anything. But when you open your eyes, you start spinning to the point of like borderline throwing up. So they have a little bridge there. I'll post a video of it. That, I mean, you have this euphoric feeling of you can't stop laughing, and you are actually pretty scared you're going to throw up. So you definitely don't need to drink, and you will feel drunk. So your kids will get a nice feeling of what it likes to be drunk in Vegas. Just as I said, it's kind of cool. We were talking about it after a little bit. I was trying to figure out if I recommend it. I do recommend it. I think it's good. You know, you spend so much money on everything in Vegas, whether it's bottles of water or slot machines or whatever. To have a nice break and to get a nice bunch of pictures and videos that'll last you the rest of your life, it's cool. It's really interesting stuff. If you know, there's two ways to approach it. We approach it as two drunken idiots, you know, blowing through something in Vegas. We did it fairly quickly. It probably took us an hour, maybe a little less than an hour. We did it really fast. But if you really read the walls and want to understand the education behind it, because it is educational. This is, you know, all about the mind and the eyes and tricking it and stuff like that. You could definitely take an hour and a half over there. Scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give it a 7-9 out of 10. I think it was cool. I think it was fun. It was a little pricey. I think I wish these guys would lower their prices. I know the rent is probably bananas. But I think if they were down in the 20s, I think they would do a lot more business, and I think people would enjoy it more. It's right on the border, and I paid the local price. If I was paying the full price of $40, that's right on the fence. That's right on the fence of if it's worth it or not. Depends, I think, on how many people you have. But either way, that's my review. I hope it helps anybody. Oh, I wanted to mention this because it was important. Because it was actually the reason we went. They're open till, I think, 2 a.m. Let me see if I can find it quickly. They were open 2 a.m. on the weekends, and I think it was midnight during the week. So that had a big part because we were looking at something else. I don't remember what it was. Oh, I think it was the museum, the other one, the Paradox Museum. That's similar. I don't even know where that one is. But that one closed. I think the last tickets you could buy on were at 7. So we just decided to go to this one instead. So being open late is a big draw also. Like I said, it's a nice little way to break up your night if you need a break. But now that I'm saying it out loud, I would go to the Mandalay Aquarium, but that closes at 8. So if it's before 8 and you want to like break up the Vegas craziness, go to the aquarium, get some nature in you. Go see the sharks and the fish and the jellyfish. But if it's late at night and you need a break, not the worst thing to do in Vegas. Thanks for listening. I will see you at the next show or next Museum of Illusions. All right, bye-bye.